Welcome back everyone to some more culture wars here in EU4, and I'm very happy as to how fast things are progressing now. Yeah, so we saw the conclusion of several wars in the last episode, and Malacca just can't get a break. Really, seriously, like they've been attacked by so many European powers consistently. It was really basically it's the Brits doing this. It was the English, no, it was the Irish attacking first, basically taking over most of their Indo-Chinese holdings. Then it was the English taking over one province here, and now it's the Scots going after them again. They have went against them before, but now the Scots are attacking them once again together with the Galicians, who are still there in the personal union under them. And yeah, I mean, this province is most definitely going to change hands and will become a Scottish province. And 25 development, that's, you know, not to be underestimated. I don't know what's going to happen to Balaton. 11 development right there could be useful for the Scots too. And then obviously there are the Malacan holdings, and they're already being besieged by some Scottish forces. I wonder if they're also going to get taken. I mean, I don't see why not. Then again, nobody has taken them so far, so we shall see. We shall see how things go, but Malacca certainly is very exhausted by all the wars that they have fought so far. Other than that, we have not much going on. The English are about to lose their war against the Sami. I told you, if you don't have your troops in English South China before the beginning of this war, you are simply going to get steamrolled, and that's exactly what's happening. And they still have a port to land, and they obviously can always drop off their forces either in Korea and then walk through the Occitan Tartary, or they could just, you know, naval land them. But it's just better if you just land them directly, but they're not even going to make a move. I think they have like tons of forces at home. Look at this. And they're not doing anything. This is typical England, I would say. Not really doing a great job here. But oh well, if they want to lose more development in Asia, they can, obviously. I mean, I think they would have had a really great shot at the first place, but they're just jeopardizing it all. Also, the Catalans have kicked the Danish out of the Great Power rank, which I think is kind of interesting. So, despite all of their personal unions, the Danes, they're not really doing too well. They need to either conquer more or colonize more, or both. But they failed to do that. And I mean, to be fair, the Danish are interesting because of their personal unions, but they're just not going to win this. It's simply not going to happen. But yeah, we have seen a conclusion of the Scottish-Malaccan War. They did take this one province. They did not take Belitung, and they also didn't take the Philippines. So they really just wanted to go after this one province to make this region look a bit nicer. And I do agree, it does certainly look much nicer for sure. Alright, so yeah, currently we only have the English fighting, and that gives me the opportunity to check something out, because the Occitans, I think they were trying to annex the Tuscans for a while now, and they're at 92%, and they're growing at 5 Diplo every month. So 5 more years, estimate 5 more years, and they will have the Tuscans integrated, which will, well, I don't know if that's going to make anything look better particularly, but it's certainly going to add a lot of development to the Occitans here in Africa and give it under their direct control. So yeah, I'll definitely like to see that. Other than that, we have, Muscovy in another war. Once again, the Muscovites are not the aggressors here. They're always just being pulled in by the Crimeans, who are really the main driving force here. And they've now even managed to put the Muscovites at odds with their longtime ally, the Ruthenians. So who do you have left as an ally? It's the Crimeans and the Greeks. Well, so the Ruthenians are probably going to get eaten. We also have the Ryazanians and Albanians in this. So I assume we'll see the Turks and Syrians and Crimeans get Albanian lands, whereas, it's the Muscovites and Crimeans taking Ryazanian and Ruthenian lands. I don't know how many claims you have. You do not have a claim on Ryazan, which is a 33 development province. That is actually not claimed by anyone, but it's certainly occupied by the Crimeans, so I assume they're going to take that over as well. The Ruthenians are the first ones to get pushed out of this war, simply because they have the fewest provinces here, and the Muscovies, Muscovy only has to send like a splinter force of their army to deal with them, and then they're quickly gone. They do have a fortress here though that's holding off the Muscovite advance for at least some time, but it's just a matter of time. They will fall very, very soon. Okay, other than that, we have the English-Syrian imperialist war. Now that is good, but I wonder, the English have just given up lands in China. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces for no reason. They declared this war and they just lost. Like, it wasn't even close. They didn't even fight, probably. So yeah, now they're going against the Syrians, the Moroccans, Crimeans, and Turkish. So this is really a war where the Sunnis stick together. I mean, the only non-Sunni nation that we have, or the only, Sunni nation that isn't involved in this war would be the Andalusians, right? Let me quickly check that out. So we have the Moroccans certainly in this. Yes, oh, and the Tunisians are not in this as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Well, India is sort of could go either way. As for Asia, this looks like it's in the hands of the English here because of the Occitan lands, and of course because the Irish have control here as well. Same goes for the Pacific Ocean. That's very heavily in favor of the English alliance. Okay, Asia, or I guess the Middle East, is certainly under Sunni control, and Africa could go either way, especially with the Tuscan holdings here, but I would give that to the Syrian alliance as well. Europe, I mean, there's not going to be much happening in Europe. And then, well, the New World is also certainly in favor of the English. So I definitely say that the English have the upper hand here. They just gotta have to use their resources accordingly, and they can win this war. The problem is, though, they declared an imperialist war on one of the biggest nations, the Syrians, who have... Where is your capital? Your capital is up the coast, so technically it could be taken over, but I don't think that the AI works like this. The AI wouldn't send over a boat to occupy the territory, and even if they do, it wouldn't go very well for them, since this is actually a fortress. There is actually a castle in here, level 8 fortress, and it is a mountainous province, so it's pretty much impossible for the English to take over the Syrian capital, and that means there's going to be 25 war score ticking against them for the entirety of the war. So this I would already call quite a failure. In the meantime, we still have the slaughter of the Ryazanians here at the hands of the Crimean alliance. Of course, this will make the Crimeans, Syrians, and Turks somewhat distracted. But you know what? Muscovy is strong enough to fight this war on their own, if needs be. And they already crushed Ruthenia for the most part. So yeah, they're basically just waiting for the sieges to come in. The Ryazanians, I doubt even that the Ryazanians are going to be able to get military access through the Sami. So no one should be too scared about them either. They are sending the troops to occupy Syrian South China, which I think is kind of funny. But for the most part, this war is decided. Cool. The Albanians are actually... they are fighting back the Crimeans. Okay, the Albanians are actually doing a really good job. But now we see the Muscovites arrive, and they're probably going to turn the tide here. We see a big naval battle. Naval battles we haven't seen too much of. The Occitans absolutely wrecking the Syrian ship here, the Syrian fleet. And we saw a lot of Egyptian ships. This might be the time for the Egyptians to strike. Don't think it really is the time. I think that if they attack, declare war on the Syrians right now, they will just get absolutely smashed. But you never know. Maybe this is the distraction the English need in order to be successful here. Who knows? Let's quickly check out if we have any more conflicts. We have the Franconian-Burgundian imperialist war. Now this is interesting for no real reason, because it's the Piedmontese supporting the one province minor Burgundy. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? So you're gonna get absolutely wrecked, because you are you are going to get raffle stomped by the Franconians and the Romanians. And that means, you know what, I could very much see you having to give up a lot of your lands. Burgundy is most likely going to get annexed, but the Piedmontese are likely going to survive. But as I can see them giving up all of the Swiss holdings, and then perhaps even some lands here in northwestern Italy here to the Romanians, because the Romanians, they really are the dominant power here, not only in northern Italy but in Italy in general. I mean, there's basically two Italian nations, the Romanians and the Neapolitans, right, who really have any say in anything. The Sardinians, they stick to their island, they're not particularly important, and the Piedmontese, ever since they had to give up these provinces, you know, the western part of their country to the Occitans, they have been sort of unimportant. And even before that, they were not particularly powerful. So yeah, they will just lose even more points. Now, the Romanians are not, neither Romanians nor the Franconians are a great power. So this war is important to them to grab some development. But if we just look at this, they don't even have 1,400 development, right? So they would need 1,000 more, at least 1,000 more development in order to get the top spot here. So it's already, we can already, it's safely to assume, I guess, that the Franconians or Romanians are not going to win this series. There's just not enough time left. But what they can do is they can decide who might win. Right now, it's the Occitans. If they get beaten in a big war here in Europe, lose their mainlands, perhaps even lose their lands here to some of the Muslims, then, you know, the Leonese have a chance, you know, at winning this. So the Franconians and Romanians and other nations are still important because they can decide the winner, but they're certainly not going to win themselves. Anyway, we'll check this out again. The English are actually doing surprisingly well. They're actually winning in terms of battles. The problem is, as I said, their war goal, and they will never have that under their control, so they will eventually end up losing this. The Ruthenians have been forced out of the war, and it looks like the Muscovites took one province. Alright, I think that's okay, that's pretty reasonable there, leaving them alive. They could have taken maybe this province instead, would have made the borders look a little bit nicer, but alright, fine. And then, actually, you know what, they're only 14%, it's only 14% in favor of the Crimeans, because they do not have the war goal under control. Interesting, but then again, yeah, it's the Albanians holding out in the mountains here, desperately trying to defend their lands, but the Ryazanians are going to get smashed here. And then, as soon as their capital falls, which Ushkent I think is already maybe under siege. No, it's not yet, but it's very close. It's only a fort level 1. Once that falls, which is going to happen very soon, they will have to give in quickly because of the war exhaustion, and then this entire war is going to end. So Albanians are doing a really good job, really like what they're doing, but they can't drive this home. That is not possible. Alright, other than that, we have the Greek-Ruthenian War. The Greeks alone going against Ruthenian alliance. To be fair though, it's not much of an alliance, right? I mean, if they win the main war here, then that's all that they need. Although, look at this. The Greeks have 50,000 men. The Ruthenians have 70,000. Because the Greeks sent a small force to deal with the Serbians. I think the Greeks overestimated themselves here. They're not going to win this. Unless they have some troops hidden somewhere where I can't see them. They are badly outnumbered. Because the Serbs, I mean, we shouldn't forget about this. The Serbs have like a single province with 41 development. They can throw a punch. So I think this might go badly for the Greeks, and the Ruthenians are, potentially going to grow in this. But anyway, I would like to check out this peace deal that we have seen here. The Muscovites did not gain anything. They got one province. Well, that's good. The Crimeans got one over here, another one there. Overall, not really too great. Yeah, and no one else got anything. Okay, so that was a huge war fought over 3 provinces. Interesting. And why is Albania still fighting? Oh, this is occupied by the English, I see. Alright, that just looked a little bit surprising there. Alright, well, that certainly, I mean, I guess it makes things look nicer now. in a sense, but it was kind of a useless war. Unless you really go all in and really take down your enemy quite a notch and take a lot of provinces, these big wars are not really worth it. It's not worth sieging these level 8 fortresses for years if you're then only going to take one province. But that's just my opinion. Obviously, AI can do whatever they feel like. And we'll see a peace deal here soon. I think it's the mountain fortress that's holding out at 43%, but that's going to fall soon. They've actually... this is no fortress. They have... Wow, look at that. There's 10,000 men defending it again. Well, there were 10,000 men defending the garrison. I'm looking at something else here. No, this is a Swiss fort. Wow. The Swiss have two 10,000 men fortresses. Pretty impressive. But it's not going to save them. This is a Burgundian army. Alright, they're being probably protected by fortresses right now. The Saxons are in this war as well, so I assume they have allied the Franconians again. Yes, well, that was a smart move. And Wallace has finally fallen, and so we should see a peace here. Maybe they're waiting for this fortress to fall as well? I don't know. I assume that this is the case. Other than that, what have we got going on? Yeah, the Greeks are losing this. The Egyptian-Ryazanian imperialist war, the Egyptians are using this opportunity to strike as well. So let me quickly see how this is going. We have, obviously, Egyptian power base here in India, and they now want to take some more lands here. Now, it's hard to see their provinces. The Ryazanians, actually no, those are Crimeans, right? They want to take these lands. Ah, I see. Well, the Ryazanians have 50,000 men here, and they have a few more. It's just hard to really see, as I said. Where's the Egyptian army? 40,000 men I can see. Another 37. Another 30,000, okay. I guess if they're playing this smart, they could make some significant gains here. I guess it's something we'll check out. Not really too important. No, they get absolutely smashed. Alright. Yeah. I mean, still, I would say they have the upper hand, because I think this is the entire army of the Ryazanians here. But, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how the Egyptians do, but for the most part, I'm not too interested in that particular war. I do want to see a peace treaty here, though. That would be interesting. When is this? Oh, there it is. It's going to fall. So, are we going to see peace now? I mean, you should basically be 100% occupied. This should be 100% war score here. It's only 81. Well, the war goal is going to take up. But they should not refuse. Whatever peace deal is being offered, you should not refuse. Like, it's not going to get better than this. It's not going to get much worse either, but still. Alright, well, fine. Whatever. You do your thing. Any other thing that is particularly important? No. English losing. No surprise there. Egyptians losing. But that is because they do not control the war target. They have now taken a very important occupation and they're losing the wars as well. So yeah, a lot of the people getting absolutely wrecked here. I guess this is the peace deal that I'm particularly interested in, just to see how the power shifts here. Okay, so 3 provinces taken by the Franconians. Interesting. Alright. Kind of staking their claims here. And then Piedmont, very valuable 30 development province taken by the Romanians here. Still, I think this could have been way worse for the Piedmontese here. They actually, I mean, they got split in half, but they managed to retain much of their territory. Alright, now, right at the end of the episode here, I would like to check out some more wars. We have the English still fighting. And what is this? Who's besieging this? Why are the Normans... Oh, the Syrians occupied Norman territory here in northern Germany. That is hilarious. They actually send their troops over here. Wow. Well, and the English are still sticking around at home. Really, what the hell? Why is this going? Why is this happening? Anyway, we'll have a last look at the great powers. The Occitan's still number 1. I don't think anything has changed at all, except for I think the Muscovites were number 5. But yeah, other than that, not really too many changes. One thing I definitely need to check out. I totally forgot about that. We have a new... Do we have a new institution spawn? Am I wrong? I think there's one more institution, right? The Enlightenment? Oh no, you know what? I think the Enlightenment spawned in 17. Actually, now I'm not too sure. Now I gotta check this out. Alright, hold on a second. When does Enlightenment spawn? I think it already spawned. Yeah, origin. It doesn't say. I think it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure actually that the Enlightenment spawns in 1700 and not 1750. But that's okay. So yeah, this is the end here for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We have some 70 years left, so we'll see how things turn out. I'm very pumped. For now, it looks like a Occitan victory, especially because they have actually managed to annex the Tuscan lands here. Very nice, very nice. So they look a lot stronger now overall. All right, awesome. Anyways, that was it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.